2 words for you.
Yeah.
Suck it.
So that's how I found out about wrestling. And that's all I knew from wrestling.
The same guys go like,
dude, because it came out when I was
boner,
like,
dude. Why don't you?
No, I moved away from that kid. So I moved away from the boner kid, and I moved to Tabor, Alberta, when that all of a sudden became a thing, and it was like everybody in middle school is just walking around doing the suck it, suck it, suck it. We're 17 minutes in.
no, my show, I've not been here.
Yeah. That's true. Right. That's true. It's a good way to start. Why don't you start it? It's your show. Hey.
Okay. So
he needs time to get his prompter up. Go ahead.
No, because we're ditching the openings, aren't we? I'm just going to wing it.
Wing it?
Oh,
because I've got this cool little, as you can see, this side little pouch now.
Whoa. Where is that thing loaded?
It normally has a phone.
He's sassy. He's sassy today. I love it.
I love it. I love sass.
The reason why I have this little hip holster for those that can't see that I carry my phone in is because my phone literally burnt my thigh while I was at work the other day. So from like a heat rash or whatever, but so bad that it almost blistered up. I was like, well, I'm gonna buy like a little phone holster and carry it outside of my pocket so it doesn't happen. Anyway, what I was reaching into it for was because, as you know, I normally have tea of wisdom with me. Yeah. I don't have tea today.
He's got it. Yeah.
Unopened tea bag.
Okay, this is so exciting. Let's just make sure. Shao?
I'm gonna pass it around so you can inspect.
Yeah, we got to make sure this ain't been tampered with. As you know, we've been challenging Hayden on picking out the worst fucking quotes, keeping his little drawer. Oh, it's the official throat coat.
The official.
The seasonal
Even
wellness.
Nick Kroll uses it.
Fuck Nick Kroll.
If Nick Kroll uses it,
then it's legit.
I like that trivia. Yeah, Nick Kroll uses it.
Well, only because Alex sent me a video the other day because he literally was like, he just oversold it.
Oh.
This is not a sponsored ad for Throat Coat, but I drink Throat Coat like by the gallon every day because I go from this voice to this voice to this voice to this voice.
True.
Throat Coat.
What's this show called again?
Dude.
The Nick Kroll show?
No, sorry. I'm talking about the cartoon.
Big Mouth.
Big Mouth.
Or Human Resources.
Big Mouth.
Big Mouth is so funny. I don't remember if I mentioned it on a show before, but I like loved it in the evenings. Everybody would go to bed. I'd go smoke a little ganj and watch Big Mouth and just like laugh to myself on the couch, like out loud, just laugh. And I'm telling people about this show. You got to see this show. It's so funny. It's so funny. I watched it another time, sober. And I was very like it was still good. But I was like, oh, maybe I've been overselling.
I get it.
Like, you have to go back and preface it, be like, make sure you've had a little bit of green.
Smoke a little bit of weed, and you'll be good.
Then watch.
There it is, people. The official throat coat.
I did the same thing with Bob's Burgers.
I haven't gotten into Bob's Burgers.
I've tried, and I've watched it, but it's not like I have to watch it.
Yeah, no, I understand. It became a background thing. But this is the level of excitement that I have is kind of the same as when, those Japanese little boxes with the figures, like the random figures. You can open it and like, oh, I got this one, or like, oh, I got that. You know what I mean? I don't know what it's called, but like
a Kinder Surprise.
It's kind of like that, but better.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
And ready for everyone to be underwhelmed significantly.
Well, at least we can't.
Okay, what are the odds on
Edicts?
Edicts?
on Edicts showing up?
No way.
They seem to be quite the big fan of her.
Yeah. I'm gonna wager a Slurpee. It's not Edicts.
I'm gonna be more specific. I'm feeling a Confucius quote.
Confucius. I have an edict sounds like something you buy off the internet that's electronic.
Edicts?
Edicts.
I have one at home.
An edict?
I brought
it's charging.
my vertical.
He has the edict right.
Yeah. There it is.
It's on a certain angle to hit just right.
That's right.
Do you want to just me rip the whole thing?
You go ahead.
Want a little part of it?
Before you rip it, can I just challenge Shao for a second? Bruh, I've never seen you wear a fucking ring before in your
really?
life. And as everybody knows on the show, I rock rings.
Yeah,
and all
you-
of a sudden, Shao shows up with... I go black and white, and he rolls up with a fucking gold and platinum ring and some two-tone...
I used to wear them a lot in high school, actually. But yeah. I like accessories.
Yeah.
I got a lot of accessories
Holy
going on.
shit.
Ooh, he has them covered though for sound. Good job.
Do you... were you an emo kid?
I wasn't, but I had a little bit of different. I was like a chameleon. I had
Yeah.
a surfer outfit with like crazy piercings and like I don't even surf. I'm not a good skater. Like I had like headphones. Like it was just everything like vomited on me. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I could fit in this group. I could fit in this group because I was more about being social in high school and want to be popular and all that stuff. But now looking back, I wish I could tell myself you were an idiot.
So you're like, hey, I got math next. Oh, I gotta put the headphones away for math and put the top
Get the
piercing
sweater
in.
vest
Yeah, my-
out.
I'm gonna
and
carry my
cardigan.
skateboard. My
skateboard to fucking
industrial.
science because...
Yeah, it was stupid.
Yes, okay. Throat coat.
All right, now all the anticipation is gone because we yabbered on, but
No,
No, it's still there.
No, it's still there.
crip. And then if it's one of those ones where you rip it and then you don't actually unseal it, I hate that. It happens to me all the time. I just want my tea bag and it doesn't come out.
Any other pet peeves, Hayden?
Oh, so many. Just you wait. Okay, it's not edicts.
Nice.
And it's not Confucius.
No,
Damn it.
it's Clara Lucas Balfour.
Any
I'm
relation
pretty
to Ed?
sure I've said this one before. Ed Balfour?
Yeah. I wouldn't expect you to know.
No.
You can guess what he plays.
Is he a lacrosse player?
He might have. He's a hockey goalie. A fucking stud, too. He was. All right, here we go. What do we got?
I'm pretty sure I've said this one here, but we'll say it again. Are not flowers the stars of the earth?
Yeah, that was the first one you said.
I think that was
I
the very,
see.
very
You
first
said
one.
no, no.
You'd think that with all the tea bags they produce, they could have a wider range of quotes.
And we thought the babbling on was the part that made it anticlimactic.
Here's one that just already been said. So I sorry, boys. I cannot speak English.
Let's make this a little educational for 1 second. So Clara Lucas Balfour.
Oh, Balfour.
What did I say?
Well, I think you said Balfour, but we heard Balfour.
Yeah.
Eddie Balfour. She born December 1808. Passed in 1878. Was an English temperance campaigner, lecturer, and author. And for many years, she was associated with the philanthropic. I can't even say that word.
Philanthropic?
Movements of her time.
What year? Was she?
She was born 1808.
And she was an author? Was
She
that
was-
allowed? Was she kind of like rebellious?
Seems that way.
Well, I mean, it might have come under a pen name or something.
Like Whistledown, Lady Whistledown.
7 children, of whom 4 survived to adulthood.
Ooh. It was the time. You know, they used to
No,
say
twas-
what the
twas a
average
time.
age was like.
Well, her
Not
herself was
old.
what, like 70 years old? That's pretty good for that time of.
She's ancient. She's probably like at her time. She was like one of those ancient sages.
a witch.
That, like,
Yeah,
yeah.
She was in the US, they would have burnt her.
To Balfour.
Balfour.
And a terrible
Clara.
quote twice.
And a new episode of Chummy Thumbs. Finally got there.
There's your
7, 8,
intro.
9, 10 minutes in. But welcome, boys. Another episode in the stew.
In the Stewards.
Love it.
Absolutely love it. So, hey, how's your day?
It was good.
Yeah.
The heat was back after just randomly disappearing yesterday. It's like 10 degrees colder out in the mountains, so or south of the border. You'd think it would be hotter, but actually it would be east of the border. But yeah, today was good.
Yeah.
Did some gardening.
Oh, yeah. Feed the goats. Hayden's got goats, everybody.
Got
How
four,
many?
4 goats,
Yeah,
miniature Nigerian goats.
Ooh.
So you don't kill them for meat, people, and you don't milk them for milk.
Nah.
They're just there.
They're toys.
They're just there. You can breed them if you want to, but I think they advised against it because it's too rough on their bodies because they're so small. Like you can, but they have to be a certain age, and obviously the boys mature quicker into like the billy goat, and the girls are just teeny tiny. So they're like, keep them away. Because we had one goat, Tank. He was
he humping things?
They both were. Ranger's the other, because he's like the lone ranger. When we got him, he walked out of the previous owner's like pen and just walked off, just exploring by himself. The other three kind of stayed together. But he had his markings are like a mask, so he fits with like the Lone Ranger. Anyway, Tank was a small, fully black one. But then we noticed that his horns were getting bigger and bigger and bigger, much quicker than the other ones. And then he started growing in the goatee, and they start to pee everywhere, and they start to go for anything that has 4 legs.
Nice.
Sometimes the men would go for the men. Anyway, we started to realize that he still had 1 nugget left, so they didn't neuter him properly. So he had 1 going, which was enough testosterone for him to develop into. So we had to go get him surgically remove the second one before he became a full-on.
That's weird to me. That seems like a choice. That's a choice.
What's weirder is that they thought he was a she when he was born. So they misgendered him.
Well, did you ask him?
Yeah,
did you
what does
ask
he
him
think?
what he identifies as?
Yeah, man. Sounds like a man.
Man.
That was pretty good.
That was really good.
That was really good.
Now he has the biggest horns of all of them, but he's much more content. You can actually.
Are any of them aggressive?
No. When he was getting all that extra testosterone, he was a bastard. Like he
There's the Aussie accent.
Bastard.
He wouldn't let you pet him. The only way you could get to him was if you had food in your hands, but you couldn't sneak up on him. Like I had to rugby tackle him one time to snip his little hoofs so that they don't, curl over and hurt them.
Right.
So you have to trim them basically like nails. But he was so aggro and aggressive. He was, jumping and diving, and he was midair, and I obviously am the biggest one at the house. Mm-hmm. Had to rugby tackle him midair while avoiding horns. That's always fun.
Fuck.
And then they're calm. Like if you catch them, and initially their heart's like, but then if you hold them, it's like a safety blanket, and they just stop. They're like, oh, I'm good now.
Yeah.
I was terrified before, but now I'm good. But now he's chill. Now he'll come up, and he's still a little skittish every now and then, but he's much more social. So if you guys ever come around and you meet them all, they'll eat your clothes.
I met them. Met them when they're just wee little babies.
Now they're a little bit bigger.
Wee bit big. Yeah, in the one video you sent, they lookoked bigger.
Wow, you went all the way there, huh? How many days off work did it
I extended a long weekend and went out there with the fam. And
nice.
My kids liked them.
Like the goats or them?
No, they didn't like
the Australian.
Hayden. No, the goats.
They're like, who's that one random guy who sounds different?
Yeah.
I don't know about him.
He's my special friend.
Yeah.
But they didn't try and hump any of my children, so I'm happy about that.
They wouldn't have
Actually, I'm
gone for
not.
the humans.
I kind of would have thought it would have been
You're
funny.
insulted.
Yeah, I would have. They're like, no, stop crying. Go back in there. I want to get a video of this, Like, trust me, you will laugh when you're older.
Why do you have hoof prints on your back?
Yeah.
When was the last time you guys went to a theater to watch a movie? And what was it? I mean, I can't imagine you having much. Oh, I mean, maybe you take your kids, maybe, right? Or do you have like some downtime?
Judge me, bro.
Well,
Don't fucking cast judgment.
You're so busy.
Okay, I couldn't tell you the last. I fucking saw you wink just because he's on.
Well, no, they're not here.
No, I didn't hear.
No, I just ripped one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, then
That's why.
never mind my. Oh,
There it is.
yeah, there it is.
Sorry, go on.
Next time, get the microphone right up there.
No, I'm not gonna. I can't do it.
He did that at the end of the last episode.
Lucky thing I exported the video of that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make the actual episode, but it makes the
He'll make a
BTS
cut.
views.
He'll make a cut.
It doesn't make the actual episode.
No, I cut it off after we say thanks, keep on chumming, and then I cut it off.
We have to have a special meeting after we finish recording.
I could put it back in. I mean, the episodes come out on Wednesdays. You still got time to change it.
We still got
Well,
time.
actually, it's By the time we're listening to it, it's out.
It's already out, yeah, folks. Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Oh, surprise! We'll be all surprised. I couldn't tell you the last video movie I went to.
That's how long
with
ago
Kate.
it was. It was a video.
Yeah, it was VHS. They plugged it in. But with the kids, what was the? It would have been. Pixar. I don't know. What was it?
Pixar?
What was the next?
Minions.
No, like the Bad Guys, maybe, or
Bad Guys.
Yeah, bruh.
It's like one of those animals as people films.
Oh, I like that one.
Animals
It
as
wasn't the
people?
heisty
Are
one.
they
Yeah,
animals?
the
The
heisty
heist one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Something like that. Yeah, I've been trying to go to see the new Godzilla movie with James for a while, but they're not. Yeah,
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
I know, but it was out, but it was like a very short release, and then we missed it, and then because we've been trying to arrange for me and him to go with one of his hockey buddies, and then another one came out, but then we missed that one, and so I don't know. It's, and you know what? The other problem is we've gone. It wasn't the last time, but the time before that we went, and somebody had gotten us free tickets, maybe like Kate's parents or something like that, and so it was like free tickets, and we're like, oh sweet, we'll go see a movie and we'll just get snacks, and just the fucking snacks was like $50 for all of us. Like for us to go to a movie like as a family is like $100 if you want to get snacks and shit. I swear to God.
So we're gonna do the sneaky. I mean, you kind of sneak popcorn in, but
I can't set that example for my kids.
yeah, but don't do. You have to do it secretly and be like, oh, let me just go to the bathroom and I'll buy some stuff, and when you come back, you're like, oh, I got snacks, but you actually brought it in yourself. Do you know what I mean?
So I should lie to my children.
Yeah, of course.
Teach them that it's.
Well, they don't know you're lying.
No, I'd definitely sneak it in with them. Be like, yo, this is how it's done.
You don't pay.
Yeah, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
pay $10 for an O. Henry. So yeah, you were right. I don't really remember.
I haven't got.
Yeah.
Do you remember last time you went to a theater?
We went to the drive-in theater.
Ooh. But they play like older. Do they play older movies?
No, they do. The one we went to was Inside Out 2.
How was that? I really want to watch
It's really
that, actually.
good. Like
You should probably take your kids to that.
I
one.
want to watch
really,
it.
really good. And apparently it's made like $1.5 billion worldwide or
Yeah.
something as of this week, last week. Whenever we
Really?
recorded. Yeah, it's killing
Yeah,
it.
it's killing it.
Holy fuck! It must be the highest grossing animated film then.
I
Like
think it's the highest
1.5
Pixar
bill.
one for a long
Yeah,
time.
Pixar
I
makes the
know.
best.
I know the Ninja Turtles one didn't do as good, but did really well as well, right? The Seth Rogen one.
Oh, and the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse
Right.
is really. I love that one.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, Inside Out 2.
And Bad Boys 4.
I don't want to even know if you liked it or not because I'm gonna watch it because
I know you're
fucking
big
love-
into the
Because I had
Yeah.
watched the third one and I knew we were going to the drive-in because we usually go every year for Alex's birthday. That's like her birthday wish is to go to the drive-in.
Yeah.
And this year is the final year that it's open. So I was like, this week's one is Inside Out 2 and Bad Boys 4, but I haven't watched Bad Boys 3 yet. So we had to watch Bad Boys 3 first. Just so I was caught up on the story. And I'm glad I did because not that this is all I'll say about it. It's good to know the third one going into the fourth one.
So I should rewatch the third because I've only watched it
It's not
once.
hugely, but it was good to know what had happened in the previous one.
Yeah.
To know.
Well,
You
he was
could
just
watch-
confused to which one Will Smith and which
Yeah,
one
yeah,
was Martin
yeah.
Lawrence.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
they all look the same.
They all
to-
look the same.
to
Will Smith's the
Hayden.
taller one.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a
Hey,
deeper voice.
does that mean when Joker 2 comes out, you're finally going to watch Joker?
Probably. I just watched the trailer. There was a random trailer on YouTube today. I was going to bring it up to you. I was like, I watched the trailer for it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I
It
really don't
looks
know what
good.
happened in the first one.
well, because I told you that there was going to be like 17 songs in it or whatever, and it was going to be a musical.
Oh,
and
right.
and
Yeah, you did say that,
lost
yeah.
your at it, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, 17 songs in a 2-hour film. If they're each two, that's like half the film is sung. If they're full musical pieces, I was like, that's a lot of music. I don't know if that's the right move, but who knows? I ain't making a movie, but
I'll be fucking pissed if, like, Joker's my favorite movie of all time. Mm-hmm. And I had told Hayden, yes, previously, because when he said Joker 2 is a musical, I thought he was fucking with me. And he's like, no, seriously, I think that, and he said his piece, and I basically was like, if Joker 2 is a musical, then fuck Joker. Like,
it seems like a complete different
the
movie.
first one is not all of a sudden not It takes everything away from the first one, in my opinion. Unless, is it Todd Phillips again?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have faith that if that's the case, they'll do it justice, because they're not going to make a completely, because you've watched Joker, hey? Yeah. Like,
there's no way they can, I don't know. It just seems like a completely different movie, right? I mean, you want to know, but.
No. The one thing about it, though, I have to say, is Harley Quinn's in it, obviously.
Hey, isn't that what Alex said to you last night?
What? what did you say to me last night? That's not fair.
No one listening doesn't know what the hell.
I know. Sorry. Okay, just
visual gag. A visual gag.
Even people watching would.
Yeah, no one will notice it for us.
Okay. So I'll explain it.
Talk about my Joker thing.
You go ahead. I'll let you have
I'll
it.
just explain it. There is a thing that popped up on our screen that only we can see. Even people watching wouldn't be able to screen. And it popped up and said, "You may be experiencing performance issues." Anyways, so anyways, sorry, Hayden. I couldn't. That
Just
was like
for
a
those who know,
beautiful
that's
setup.
exactly what she said.
Yeah.
Had to say the old blue chew.
Oh no.
Oh,
The
not a sponsor yet, but
I want to hear what you're saying.
So my. I thought that would come in. I couldn't talk over it. They're important events when those sneezes come.
you cut away from it.
My brain thinks Harley Quinn thinks the animated series and all the video games. So when Harley Quinn talks to the Joker, it's always, a puddin'. Oh, Mr. J, puddin'.
That's still like Margot's version too, right?
Yeah.
She's like that.
Whereas this one, there was a scene in the trailer where she's talking with Joker. And I know it's not the same Joker because it's a different universe of Batman characters, but she calls him Babe. And it just rubbed me wrong. I mean, I haven't even watched the first one, but she's not in the first one. But watching that and seeing a Harley Quinn character say Babe to Joker instead of Puddin', I was like, ugh. I'm not a purist, I swear. But that's neither here nor there. I was like, oh, I wonder if they tried it out. I wonder if he was like, let's do one take of Puddins and then we'll do it by script. Anyway,
Interesting.
I will get to
trailer.
Joker before Joker 2 comes out. I've got until October, I think it comes out. So I've got a couple more months.
I just can't wait to talk to you after.
You just have to keep telling me not to watch it.
I
'cause
know.
That's the way you got me to watch stuff before, was by saying it's terrible. It's bad. You used to try and
I'm
trick
kind of
me.
like that too.
He tried to trick me.
the opposite thing. It's like you have to watch someone's like I got into Breaking Bad late, right? Like pretty late. Because everyone's like, you have to watch. I'm like, just chill. I'll watch on my own time. And then when I did, I just nonstop watched. I'm like, I get why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have a nice theater by you, the Southwest Marine. Do you go to that theater?
There's a theater on Southwest Marine?
Yeah, it's like the VIP one.
The big one. It's big, right?
Yeah, on Marine Drive.
But
and like Marine Drive.
Not at the end of Canby?
The Canby one, yeah.
Oh, I'm so much closer to Metrotown.
Oh, right.
Fuck, I live right by Metrotown.
Okay.
So.
No, it's because I brought this up circling back because it was my first time going to a VIP theater.
Ooh,
and I went to the one all the way in Park Royal because my friend could get cheaper tickets.
Ew, New West.
I know what I mean.
Gross.
But actually, it's a really it's a really fun it's a really fun experience.
Yeah.
It's a really fun
Are
experience.
you one of those? Sorry, you go, Justin.
No, I was just saying that I've only done VIP once, and I swore anytime like I went as not with kids, I would do that.
Yeah.
Because it's
it's not worth
so
it
much
for kids.
room. Lean back. You can have drinks while you're there.
Yeah, if someone comes get your,
I don't like
your
that
order.
though. Fuck that. In a movie, don't fucking come in and ask for people's orders and be talking.
Oh, but they didn't do it during the movie.
Yeah.
Kind of like at the beginning.
yeah, but
Yeah, that's annoying if people do that during. No, so I went to go watch Long Legs. Have you heard?
No.
Heard? Long Legs is with Nick Cage. It's like a horror movie.
Somebody was recently telling me about this. Maybe it was you.
Perhaps, but a lot of
Who's
a lot
doing
of
bad now?
a lot of horror movies now, because I feel like the genre it's not dying, but how they promote it is with reviews, right? Because they're like, oh, so and so said scariest thing ever. Or like I screamed so loud. Like it's on the trailers, always those quotes from people who watch it. It was good. I mean, I did like the movie. Nick Cage, I think, is the casting of that movie is really well done. I don't really watch horrors actually, but
I was going to ask you that.
yeah, I'll dabble. But this led to me thinking of a little game for you guys. It's really simple. It's a simple game. It's a simple game.
Hold on, let me put my hat on backwards.
Simple.
So what this game is, I don't know what it's called. Actually, I played this with our old alumnus, Larry. Larry, no, not yeah. Larry Price. And what we do is shout out to Larry. What we do is we just name two random actors. So, for instance, I'll like Steve Buscemi.
Okay.
And freaking Jim Carrey.
Okay.
And then you link them by actors and what they've been in. So you can say like, oh, Steve Buscemi was in Big Daddy with Adam Sandler, who was in this with so-and-so, with this. And you eventually lead to the other person.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Hayden, you might crush at this because you're
I feel
somewhat
like
of a cinephile.
I feel like you both have a lot of movie knowledge. So I actually, you know what? The one I did, I think okay. Maggie Gyllenhaal and Steve Buscemi. Can you link those two? I'm afraid of.
God, I love Maggie Gyllenhaal.
I could tell you the only movies I could tell you she was in was The Dark Knight.
Yeah, okay. Dark Knight has Steve Buscemi has Christian Bale. Okay. Steve Buscemi, he was in he's been in lots of shit, but okay, let's go Christian Bale to get to Steve Buscemi. Christian Bale. I don't want to go American Psycho because I don't really remember any of the other actors in American Psycho, but you could go Christian Bale was in The Fighter. Fighter's got Mark Wahlberg. There's probably like a movie with Maggie Gyllenhaal and Steve Buscemi. It's like this old, like this B fucking.
I don't know if there is.
Okay, Mark Wahlberg. You can jump in at any time too if you.
Oh, he's in let's say with Matt Damon in The Departed.
Okay, Matt Damon.
Oh, he opened up some doors there.
Yeah.
Now, do we follow the film or do we follow the actors that we keep saying?
Actors.
So
yeah.
Matt Damon. I'm trying to think of, Steve Buscemi, Big Daddy, Adam Sandler, because that opens a lot of doors. He's been a lot. Adam Sandler.
With Jack Nicholson in Punch Drunk Love.
Jack Nicholson, Matt Damon, Departed, let's go!
So how many moves was that?
2.
Oh, that was 2?
It was like 6 or 7.
Okay, so we did Buscemi, Sandler,
Jack Nicholson.
And then Maggie.
Dark Knight with Christian Bale,
Mark Wahlberg,
Matt Damon.
So 7.
Okay. That's not bad for a first timer. No, okay, so
He's no 7 pump chump, or is he?
I think I did mine in 4. Which
is that why you brought up this game? So you can fucking break
I actually thought you guys did really well, and I thought you guys would probably, because I think there's moves less than 4, so I thought you can get there.
Been, yeah.
But mine was Steve with Sandler. With
that opens a lot of doors.
Sandler with Jen Aniston in that whatever boat mystery thing or whatever.
He's done a bunch with her, yeah.
She's done it. Yeah.
And then Aniston with Aaron Eckhart in one of the rom-com movies. I can't remember what it's called. I watched it though.
Yeah.
And then Eckhart with Maggie Gyllenhaal. So that's 4.
Do you need to know the movie title though? You can't just be like, oh yeah, she was in a rom-com with this person. You don't I forget the name.
When we play, we don't. As long as we both know the actual movie, and then if you want to prove it, you can prove it.
Yeah. But no. As long as you both know, I think that's fair.
Yeah. So that's that game kind of. I like doing that game just because you think you have like a 4 or like a 5, which is pretty good, but then later you find out they're in the same movie, right? Like
because some actors have just, you go look at their IMDb. I mean, you don't see it so much with like the A-listers.
Yeah.
But, you look at somebody like Brian Markinson, for example, or like people that just like work a shit ton. They're the people, they even made a documentary about it called "You're the Person That's in That Thing." Those actors that are in a shit ton of stuff and you see them all the time, but you don't know their
names are. Yeah.
And then you look at their IMDb and you're like, holy fuck, you have like 200 IMDb credits.
Yeah. I'm not gonna make you guys do another one, but there was one other one that I played with Larry, which was it was Jim Carrey to Chris Pratt. Okay, because like they're both big names, but then like the generation, like not generation, but they're a little bit far apart, right? In terms, because Chris Pratt kind of got into the game a little bit late, and we don't do TV shows, right? Because Chris Pratt at the beginning was Parks and Rec or whatever.
I was gonna say Parks and Rec.
But do you want to play that one, or do
you got it in 4?
That one was like 3 or 4 or something like that.
Okay, I'm thinking Jim Carrey's been a lot, and it'd probably be better to try and open the door with Pratt, with an older actor. I would say if you could try and do it with like maybe through a Robert Downey or a Samuel L. Because they have also been a lot. Is there any way we could tie Robert Downey or Samuel L. to Jeff Daniels? Because then we can go directly to Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah, you could do Iron Man 1.
Oh, there you go.
That's Jeff Bridges.
Or Jeff. Yeah, no, we don't. We want.
I totally mixed up my Jeffs.
Yeah. But if you could do that. So if we could find a way, but I don't want to say any names yet because then
you can just retract it.
Okay.
You
can?
Well, you don't have to you can retract.
Okay.
You can just keep thinking.
I want to go, then do you want to go Robert Downey or Samuel L? Samuel L's been in so much. He'd be linked to a lot of people too. Maybe Jeff Daniels isn't the best guy to link to Jim Carrey. Who are some other people that were on Man on the Moon? Oh, fuck. What's his name? Oh, God.
You got it.
Oh, God. What's his name? Oh, he's in a lot. Kind of like shorter guy, a bit heavier set, kind of like balding. Are you thinking of the one I'm thinking of? Oh, my God. What's his name? It's not Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Great actor. R.I.P.
Phenomenal.
R.I.P.
Phenomenal.
Was it the one that Along Came Polly? Was that the one with Ben Stiller? And yeah, the basketball scene. I love that scene. Or when he says he's sharded.
What a rain! Yeah, just throwing up fucking air balls.
We have to leave right now. What am I sharded? You what? I sharded. What does that mean? I shit in a little fart. What is it? He's like, I farted and a little poop came out or something.
Yeah. Paul Giamatti. That's who I was thinking of.
Sideways.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the wine one. Yeah. Okay, so can we link Giamatti and Samuel L. or
probably at some point,
to Jackson or Downey? Come on, there's got to be a link there with those two.
You working with anything?
We got Jim Carrey and
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, was it Jim Carrey? Yeah, Jim Carrey and Chris Pratt.
Well, Chris Pratt, he's
just a stud.
Guys, remember when I did this? I was like, Chris Pratt, okay, like what, Jennifer Lawrence, and then like in movie wise, and then like I'm like, Avengers.
I was gonna say there's so many actors in it.
Yeah, once you link it to Avengers, you can find a way to weasel into other things. So I started on the other side with Jim, and then I'm like, okay, Jim was in Ace Ventura, he was in The Mask, he was in who are the ones, you know what I mean? And so try with Jim first. Just start with Jim and see what big names you can come with from Jim.
Yeah, Dan Marino.
Wow.
It's a big name, but what else?
Wow. I didn't expect you to go there.
I was trying to go with like a later Jim Carrey movie though, because then he's more likely to be with a younger actor. But maybe that's the wrong way.
Yes Man with Zoe Deschanel. but she's really mostly only television.
Ooh, who is?
Although she's
actually, Zoe was in Elf, was in 500 Days with Joseph Gordon.
Oh yeah,
I didn't go down that path. That might be an easier path.
Who was in the Truman Show? Who was opposite him in Truman Show? I can't remember some of the other actors in Truman Show, like the big names.
Who's the guy the mastermind with the bald guy with the glasses?
I don't know his name, but
he's so good.
Oh, he's one of those actors that Justin was just talking about. He's in a lot of stuff, but you're like, who is that? I was also thinking,
I have to give him his flowers. You go on.
Like Eternal Sunshine with Kate Winslet,
Ooh.
or even Kirsten Dunst is in that too.
Forgot about that. Oh, well, there you go. Kirsten's in that?
Yeah.
That's the easy one with Kirsten, and then you go with Spider-Man.
Yeah, but she's in the old Spider-Man.
Does Chris Pratt show up in the one?
You can because you can do Spider-Man of the old one, and then
that scarf,
and then the new one was with Toby with the younger what's it Tom Holland, and Tom Holland was in the whatever.
Yeah,
Avengers.
but that's not 3.
Ed Harris, by the way. Ed Harris.
Ed Harris. He's so good. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. I still think we can do better.
So I did 4.
Yeah.
And so I went with the Kate Winslet, and then Kate worked with, of course, Leo, and Leo with Mark Ruffalo, on Shutter Island, and then Ruffalo Hulk with
nice
Star-Lord.
That's a good one.
So the reason why I brought this one up in particular was I'm like, 4, fucking amazing. And then I told Larry about that.
They work together.
And then he's like, oh, that's a really good one. And then I'm like, I feel like there's such a shorter way because, there's such big names. I'm like, has Jim worked with anyone from like Jurassic Park? Like Sam Neill, Laura Dern, or Chastain, or Goldblum? And Larry's like, you know what? There's a movie called Earth Girls Are Easy. Which is like, have you heard of it? It's like Jim Carrey's like one of his first movies, and Jeff Goldblum's in that. So it's like Jim Carrey, Jeff Goldblum, and then.
So is that one? I guess it's.
Does that count as?
Because they're both in. Yeah. How does accounting work?
And that was.
We're just mathematical equations.
Yeah. We're going to make this an official game.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? So it would be Jim Carrey and Jeff Goldblum in that movie.
I think it would be 2. It would be 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 degrees of separation.
There it is.
Okay, so.
Wait, how do you get from Jeff Goldblum to Chris Pratt?
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. Oh,
the one where it's when Dominion or whatever.
I haven't seen any of the Jurassic World ones. No.
You're not missing much. Did you watch it?
They were such big blockbusters.
They made a lot of money. They made a lot of money. I watched it in 4D or whatever, where the seats move and like sprays water and you and all that stuff.
That's crazy. It was one of the first movies I watched with James when he was super young. He was like really big into dinosaurs, and so we watched the Jurassic World and that. Yeah, it was crazy, man. He could name,
Stegosaurus.
Yeah, well, of course. But I swear he could name more dinosaurs than he could do the alphabet. Like he just knew so many fucking dinosaurs.
Dang.
It was crazy. Yeah, he was so big into it. So we watched all those.
Did you ever watch the Apple TV is he still into dinosaurs or not anymore?
Not as much, but he's like, because he watches shorts, like YouTube shorts. I'm like, what are you watching shorts, man? Like, what are you watching? He's like,
Chummy
mostly,
Thumbs.
like, I hope we don't pop up in his algo, but he watches a lot of history and something else he said, and flag balls. It's like, flag balls? What are flag balls?
Do you know what flag balls are? Is it a game?
Dude, it's literally a ball.
The way he's holding his hands right
and
now.
then the ball just turns and it's got a country's flag on it. So he can tell you so many different countries and what their flags look like, and he draws them out, and he can tell you where different countries are. He's like huge into like old history and European history and Chinese history, like or Asian history.
Does he know about the opium and tea stuff?
Yeah. He's
Hong Kong.
Yeah. Mostly like, I would say
Silk Road.
I should say Mongol Because the
Genghis.
Genghis, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
About Genghis. Is
There's probably some Genghis in my blood.
that right?
Probably.
There's 6 degrees of separation. We could probably do it in 4.
Maybe 2. No, what?
Genghis Khan was my great.
I would. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
Do
Conqueror?
you have Mongol in your bloodline? Is that you? Or you
Probably.
just-
I think we all kind of. Well,
Genghis was just a conqueror. He
Yeah.
went all over.
yeah.
The greatest conqueror.
Yeah. I don't think there's even a debate about that one.
No.
Alexander?
Oh, are you kidding?
I don't know. Who had the biggest who had the
Genghis.
biggest empire under their
Genghis.
reign?
The Mongolian Empire. It was massive.
Yeah, but how much did he conquer?
All of
Yeah, all of Mongol.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
but
let's
I
get
mean,
the
like,
research on it. No, he went all the way out he went way west. He
Yeah, but
wasn't
how
just
far?
Asia.
That's what I
Probably-
mean. Like, who had the biggest empire throughout time? Who conquered the most?
So-
Okay, let's think of the big ones. There's the Mongol, the Ottoman, the French, the Austro-Hungarian,
Ooh.
the
Ottoman
Russian.
Empire or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, I said yeah. But where's the research? Oh, he's pulling up the.
Do you want to know who was the greatest conqueror?
Yeah, who had the most territory or greatest
And
conqueror?
then the funny thing is like how often was Genghis or whoever in those countries that he conquered, or was it just his armies?
No, you just send the armies.
Just send the
Yeah,
armies.
yeah. You send
like,
the armies in and the
I'm
finest
gonna
looking
sit
women
here
back.
and then 6 months of travel that way. They're gonna have a
Genghis
war.
Khan. There you go.
There you go. So he was.
How many? What was his?
Let me just. Can you read that for me, please?
Yeah, it says, I can't believe that fucking Australian doubted that I was the greatest conqueror.
I didn't doubt. I just wanted to know if he was, because there's been a lot of.
Okay, let me just read this first part. Based on historical records and accounts, Genghis Khan stands out to be the greatest conqueror of all time. His empire, the Mongol Empire, stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Central Europe, covering a vast territory of approximately 24 million kilometers, which, do you need square miles? Miles?
No,
That was
I'm
mine.
kilometers.
Never.
Yeah.
This enormous realm included all of China, the Middle East, Russia, and Eastern Europe.
See, I
Okay,
don't
right.
see. Russia doesn't really count because it's such a large landmass. With, I mean, there's a lot of people there, but it's also spread out. Anyway, I just wanted to learn that. I didn't know.
Conquered a
So-
larger territory than Alexander the Great, who built his empire in a
I didn't
relatively short
say
period.
Alexander was. I just was
You
curious.
were
how-
trying to debate. You were he was
Rewind the
debating.
tape.
Debating.
Yeah, yeah.
You wanted to spark.
I
spark
am a
controversy.
student of history too, so I wanted to know the correct
Well, we told
answer.
you. We told you the correct.
Yeah, but you weren't sure either.
Yeah, I was.
No,
Jesus
you-
Christ.
Rewind the tape.
Yeah. Which was Genghis Khan? Everybody knows
Genghis
that.
Khan? Just because we said
it
it
a
in
question?
a
Yeah,
question way.
that's
Just
the
'cause.
Canadian
He
accent.
was rubbing
Yeah.
his mustache. So
Yeah.
definitely Genghis Khan.
Def.
Shout out to Genghis.
Who would you have thought?
Well, that's why I brought up Alexander because I didn't know,
Alexander. Okay.
but I didn't do the logical thinking of the fact that Genghis was in like China and Russia. Mongol area is a huge landmass, so if you have those, you've got a big area. Whereas
started
Alexander
in
was like
Greece.
He had a lot of different countries, but the landmass is smaller. So
I watched. There's a documentary. There's a whole shit ton on Netflix. I've been watching them like crazy over the past months on Alexander, and one of them's on Alexander the Great. And they're nice because I'm not a big fan of reenactment ones because I usually find it's not.
You mean reenactment as in like the History Channel ones?
Yeah, like they're kind of cheese, but these ones are. I mean, it's not like a movie where they're telling the story and it's like a big production value. I find it's usually low production value, but this one is good. They act out. It's like reenacted, but also this place always makes me fucking stuff up. But
It's so weird.
it's like a mix of a documentary. So it's historians talking about it, and then they'll show
Docudrama.
5-6 minutes of a made up scene or like the battle or going into the battle or whatever it might be. Anyway, so there's some good ones on there.
that would be an interesting thing. Like, who had the most casualties? Is Genghis Khan like a Zap Brannigan, where he just sends
A little
wave
future-
after wave after wave
Futurama
after wave
reference.
of people until they win? Or is he strategic like Alexander was, who brought in new ways of warfare?
You have a hard on for Alexander. I feel like
Yeah,
that.
what the fuck, dude?
Is that like some homoerotic? I shouldn't have even said it.
Finish.
No, go ahead. No, we don't
Floor's
want to
yours.
interrupt. Yeah.
Floor is mine. Cool. So I also see Attila the Hun here. So you know, he was a good one.
No, something about hard-ons. So what are you saying?
I said hard-ons, did I?
Rewind the tape.
I don't know.
I said homoerotic
Oh, that was it.
hard-ons
Yeah.
for Alexander. Great. Apparently he was into going whoever was in love with him.
Okay, so let's take this aside, not who you think. Take this aside. I don't even know if that's a fucking thing you say, but
Take it aside and we'll do a sidebar discussion.
who is your favorite conqueror? If you had to pick a favorite,
My
my dick. Okay, that's great.
First one. Who did that? And you guys are wrestling
X-Pac,
fans.
Degeneration
Well, there's
X.
so many.
Suku.
You've got Shawn Michaels, Triple H,
X-Pac.
Road Dogg, Jesse James, Badass Billy Gunn.
Were
We're not
they all
going
in
to
the
count
same
China.
like, posse or they
Yeah,
just
Generation
like a
X.
move because-
Generation X, yeah.
Got 2 words for you.
Yeah.
Suck it.
So that's how I found out about wrestling, and that's all I knew
sucking
from
it?
wrestling.
Was the same guys go like,
Dude, because it came
Got
out
a
when I was in,
boner,
like,
dude. Why
grade
don't
six.
you?
No, I moved away from that kid. So I moved away from the boner kid, and I moved to Heber, Alberta, when that
Boner kid.
all of a sudden became a thing, and it was like everybody in middle school is just walking around doing the suck it, suck it, suck it,
there's a photo of me online dressed as James Bond doing that with a couple other guys.
doing the
Doing
suck it.
it.
Just doing I didn't know what it was, but we were all doing it. So I was there in my grandpa's old white dinner jacket because I was like a Sean Connery era Bond. So I wasn't going the full black on white. I was doing white on black.
Sean
He's a
Connery.
lie. He's a lie. Who you can tell by his age. He was more of a Roger Moore.
Hey, I liked Roger Moore.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, but
Who? Okay,
old.
I'm going to cut you off there. Name your favorite Bond actors in order. Did you hear about the guy, the motherfucking Australian criminal who fucking cheated his way
Yeah.
and scammed his way in to be James Bond?
George Lazenby.
It's the best fucking story I've ever heard. Have you heard of this guy?
no. Is he
I'll
the
let-
one that had one, James?
One,
Yeah,
yeah, on
I know about
Majesty's Secret
that,
Service.
but I don't really know the story of it.
This guy can tell it really quickly because he told it on our other podcast that,
Did I?
yeah.
Okay, so really quickly, they did like an open call for James Bond. And so he sent in his resume or whatever, and he said, oh, I got to pick a film or a acting school. And he picked one in some like bodunk fucking country that he knew nobody would really have ever heard of. And then anyways, got an interview with like the producers and just lied and bullshitted his way through and like just made shit up and different things he was in, made it all up, ended up getting cast. And it wasn't until after that they found out that he had made it all up. It was his dream to be a James
Well
Bond,
done.
and he fucking got it.
Well,
Yeah.
what's his name?
George Lazenby.
There he is.
And it wasn't
On
a
Her
bad
Majesty's
film.
Secret Service.
He probably could have done a couple if he didn't lie his way into it.
1969.
Because I think Disney they have they put out the documentary, the James Bond documentary, and it was about what's her name, Broccoli.
The producers, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, and so they brought it up in that, and he tells like the full extended version, but it's really fascinating, the whole like hearing him
That's
talk about
crazy.
it. Yeah.
Let me go through some of the actors. So we got Sean Connery, Georgie, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, Pierce,
Boo.
and Daniel Craig. Am I missing anyone?
Just
1, 2,
say-
3, 4, 5, 6. Was
Yeah.
it 6?
Yep.
So who's favorite?
D. Craig.
I like D. Craig.
He's so good, and yeah, that's my number one.
D. Craig is good. D. Craig's really
See, well,
good.
they used him, I think, and they took the best parts of all the other guys to make his Bond.
He made his own fucking Bond.
No, but you think about it, he's got the suave of Connery. He's got the sex appeal of Roger Moore. He's got the action of Pierce and Dalton. And he made it his own. So he's got bits of each one. Where if you look back at it, Sean Connery was very like ruthless, suave, dude. And then Roger Moore was very, not campy, but he was a little more soft with his Roger Moore, even though he did the most films, I think, didn't he? Before
Yeah, he did a lot.
Craig ended up doing, I think, one more than him, or the same amount. Timothy Dalton only had 2, but his films were straight up just action ones set in the US only, I think. So,
Can you name the 2?
Ooh.
Far out, Brussels sprout. I could have if I had watched it recently. Something with the letter number 2 in it.
What?
No.
I don't
License to
think I
Kill?
could.
That's 1.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, License
See?
to Kill.
It had
Oh,
2.
2.
in it.
Oh, I thought you meant like something 2, like number
number
2.
2.
And then the Living Daylights.
That's the one.
Okay, I'm gonna go. This is my order. Craig. Fuck. It's a toss up between Moore and Brosnan.
Yeah, Brosnan's my second.
Yeah, I'd go. So Craig, Brosnan, Moore, Connery, Dalton, Georgie.
Although when I think of Pierce, I just think of that avalanche scene.
I love Goldeneye though.
the skiing one, and then that one's I don't know, man. That one.
It started off so good, and then it kind of got a little bit funny with his ones, and then it kind of came good again. But
I love the game. N64, Odd Job.
Dude.
there's a
Dude.
couple of games where they had Pierce Brosnan's actual voice that are really good, that would have made really good movies, but obviously they're just games. One actually had Shannon Elizabeth in it from American Pie fame, if you don't know who
I like
she is.
Shannon.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, she'd be a perfect Bond girl. Better than Denise Richards, but you know.
Oh, forgot.
She
My
played a
homegirl,
scientist.
my homegirl Michelle Yeoh is one too.
See, I have a poster of Tomorrow Never Dies that was on my bedroom wall for the longest time. Because that was my favorite one.
I would have to say GoldenEye, the game, N64, it's new technology. It was such a badass game. You could play it with like
Multiplayer.
3 of
Are you
your other
kidding me?
buddies.
Amazing.
We'd do, whatever it was. It was always no Odd Job.
Yeah,
No,
the
yeah, we
shortest
didn't let
one,
anybody
hard
play
to-
Odd Job.
Unless we did a mode where we all are Odd Job. And it's like there's a mode where you can do where you one hit kill,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you can't use any guns. You only chop people, and so that was fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, I digress.
I think so. That's why I think Brosnan's kind of way up there with me. He was probably my favorite until Craig.
So he was like a Craig. He reinvented it with GoldenEye, I think.
That was so good. And the girl that played the Natalia character, and Boris, even he was funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I need to
liked
watch
him.
some of those movies again now.
Yeah.
On that note,
What a great little tangent.
yeah.
But no, quick, your order.
You know what? I don't think I would change much from your order. Honestly, I'm not being lazy or anything. I think pretty much spot on.
I hate people that say Sean Connery is the best Bond because he didn't even he kept his fucking Scottish accent. Did he
Because
not?
Bond is Scottish.
No.
So why would he not? He is.
No.
They
No.
even bring it up in the Daniel Craig ones that he was born there and raised in Scotland.
No. I don't
Look,
recall that.
let's see if I.
How come he's the only one who does the fucking Scottish accent then?
Because he was the first one to portray him on screen, minus whoever did Casino Royale, the TV movie or whatever it was.
James Bond has several Scottish connections.
Connections.
Ian Fleming. Oh, is that our sign?
That's my light.
Ian Fleming was of Scottish ancestry himself. Okay, cool. Fitzroy McLean's inspiration. What? Who's that? Who's Fitzroy McLean?
So this is all just a bunch of bullshit. Yeah.
Anyways,
I can't-
Does he not meet M in the Dan Craig films in Scotland at his boarding school before she dies?
spoiler alert.
oh man, I don't have to watch it
Oh
anymore.
God.
I don't know.
sake.
I still haven't seen the last James one. Oops.
Okay, what's your order? Hey.
Well,
We'll close up on
He's
that.
gonna
Go
say
ahead.
Sean Connery.
I would've said Sean
He's
Connery
gonna say
first.
Sean Connery.
Okay,
God
well,
Only because he's
keep
the first one I
on.
saw. Hey, I brought it in. I bring it out. This is
my show.
No, but see, it's kind of funny. I would have watched Pierce first, and I would have loved him first, and then my brother and I dug back into the history of the Bond films, and then it would have been Sean Connery because he was the original and he created the character. So it's tough to link them in, because it would have been Pierce, Daniel Craig, and Sean Connery all sort of on par for the three. Then Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, Lazenby, as the rest. But I would have to go back and watch the films because there are some of the films that are better from say like Roger Moore than Pierce's, and then the two Timothy Dalton ones are better than some of Sean Connery's ones. But
it's not necessarily the film though. It's
the character.
Right. Yeah. So let us know who you like.
Yeah. What's your order? Unless it's Sean Connery first, then fuck off.
Just don't comment.
And let me know if I'm correct in the fact that James Bond is Scottish. But I mean, apparently, wasn't it based on? Oh my God, what is his name? Saruman.
Oh, that helps.
Christopher?
Yeah.
I call him Chris. Chris Lee.
Christopher Lee. He was friends with Ian Fleming, and a lot of the stuff was based. He can tell you whether it was real or not. If you're looking at Christopher, there's a documentary coming out about Christopher Lee because there's a lot of things that he's just a freaking badass.
I like how you just call him Saruman, and everyone already know who it is.
Count Dooku.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
But anyway, so that was a good little film episode.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Justin was wrong on some things, but
Shots fired.
True.
And I absolutely was correct with having Genghis Khan as the greatest conqueror.
Yeah. Hey, if we're all a little bit wrong and a little bit right on each episode, then we've succeeded.
Then it equals out.
That's right.
And we've said in the past that the history is
fluid.
But anyway, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, keep on thumbing.